Look at how the last investment offer reached you. A call you did not place, a message from a number you did not save, a friendly voice that already knew your name. If the opportunity found you instead of you finding it, that first fact matters more than anything said afterward. This is the unsolicited approach, the cold open of nearly every boiler room. Regulators consistently find that a large share of investment fraud begins with contact the target never initiated. The mechanism is simple. The pitch is not built to sell you anything in the first minute. It is built to keep you on the line, because every extra minute you stay raises the odds you engage. Mild version, you lose an afternoon. Moderate, you hand over an email and get funneled into a longer sequence. Severe, that first unsolicited call becomes the doorway to your entire savings. People blame their own politeness. The real cause is that you were selected and contacted, not lucky. From one answered call grows a contact profile, a follow-up schedule, a file with your name on it. It stays invisible because a friendly stranger does not feel like an attack. The fix is one rule: unsolicited plus investment equals hang-up. Almost nobody applies it because hanging up feels rude, and rudeness is the one thing the caller is counting on. Check the offer for a deadline, a window that closes today, a price that moves by tonight, a slot someone else will take if you hesitate. This is manufactured urgency, sometimes called the closing window or artificial scarcity. Studies of high-pressure sales fraud find urgency running through the overwhelming majority of pitches. The mechanism works on your nervous system, not your judgment. A real deadline lets you plan. A manufactured one is built to stop you from checking, from sleeping on it, from asking anyone else. Mild, you feel rushed and annoyed. Moderate, you skip the research you would normally do. Severe, you wire money you cannot recover because the window supposedly closed. People blame their own impatience. The real cause is that the clock was placed there on purpose. Once you act under time pressure once, the next deadline works faster because you have trained yourself to comply. It stays invisible because urgency feels like it comes from the opportunity, not from the person selling it. The fix is a single sentence: any legitimate investment is still there tomorrow. The irony is that the harder a deal insists it cannot wait, the more certain it is that waiting would have saved you. Listen for the idea that you are being let in on something. A tip before it goes public. Information the big players do not want you to have. A move that is about to happen. This is the inside information hook, and here's the part most people miss. If the tip were real, sharing it with you would be a crime, and no stranger risks prison to make you rich. Fraud surveys find the promise of secret or exclusive knowledge threaded through a large share of investment schemes. The mechanism is flattery disguised as opportunity. Being chosen for a secret feels like status, and status lowers your guard. Mild, you feel special. Moderate, you buy because you believe you know something others do not. Severe, you pour in money on information that was invented to move you. People blame greed. The real driver is the feeling of being an insider. From one secret grows loyalty, silence, and a reluctance to ask outsiders who might spoil it. It stays invisible because you are told that checking with anyone else would leak the edge. The fix is to say the secret out loud to one honest person. The irony is that a real edge would never be handed to a stranger over the phone. Notice how often you are told that everyone is already in. Other clients doubling their money. A wait list of eager buyers. Screenshots of profit scrolling past. This is fabricated social proof, the manufactured consensus. Behavioral research shows that evidence other people are acting is one of the strongest levers on human decisions, which is exactly why fraud manufactures it. The mechanism borrows trust you never verified. You are not evaluating the investment. You are trusting a crowd that may not exist. Mild, you feel reassured. Moderate, you invest because the group did, and skip your own checks. Severe, the crowd turns out to be fake accounts and paid testimonials built to carry you in. People blame herd instinct. The real cause is that the herd was fabricated for you to follow. One convincing testimonial lowers your resistance to the next, and the next, until skepticism feels like missing out. It stays invisible because other people vouching for something feels like safety in numbers. The fix is to ask for one client you can independently find and contact yourself. The irony is that the louder the crowd in the pitch, the more likely every voice in it was rented. Think about whether anything was given to you for free before the ask. A research report, a first small tip that happened to pay off, access to a private group at no charge. This is the reciprocity trigger, and this is the detail that gives it away. None of it is generosity. It is a debt planted in advance. Psychologists have shown for decades that an unearned gift creates pressure to give something back, and fraud weaponizes that reflex. The mechanism is that the free thing is cheap to produce and expensive to refuse. A first tip that wins costs nothing to fake and buys enormous credibility. Mild, you feel you owe a listen. Moderate, you invest partly to return the favor. Severe, one correct free call convinces you to trust every paid one that follows. People blame their sense of fairness. The real cause is that the fairness was triggered on purpose. Each small gift makes the next request harder to decline. It stays invisible because generosity feels like the opposite of a con. The fix is to treat every free financial gift as a marketing cost, because that is what it is. The irony is that the more is handed to you up front, the larger the withdrawal being set up. Notice how quickly the person on the phone becomes a friend. They remember your kids. They ask about your weekend. They call just to check in with no pitch attached. This is rapport building, the relationship grooming at the center of the long-form boiler room. Investigators find that the most damaging investment fraud is rarely a single call. It is a relationship cultivated over weeks or months. The mechanism is that trust in a person quietly replaces scrutiny of the product. You stop auditing the investment because you would never audit a friend. Mild, you enjoy the calls. Moderate, you invest because you trust the voice, not the numbers. Severe, you defend that voice to your own family while your money disappears. People blame themselves for being naive. The real cause is that the closeness was manufactured, patiently, as a tool. Every warm call deposits trust that the eventual ask withdraws all at once. It stays invisible because a genuine friendship and a cultivated one feel identical from the inside. The fix is to keep one boundary. A real friend never needs your money moved today. The irony is that the kindest voice in the whole scheme is usually the most expensive. Check the name of the firm and the titles being used. An official-sounding company. A registration number you never confirmed. Words like regulated, licensed, or government-approved, dropped early and often. This is authority borrowing, the false credential. A meaningful portion of investment fraud leans on the appearance of legitimacy rather than the fact of it. The mechanism is that a symbol of authority triggers compliance before you verify the authority is real. A logo, a title, a plausible address. Each one lowers the questions you ask. Mild, you feel reassured by the polish. Moderate, you skip checking the register because the firm sounded official. Severe, you send money to an entity that is either invented or impersonating a real one. People blame the paperwork for looking convincing. The real cause is that convincing paperwork is the cheapest part to fake. Once you accept one credential, you stop testing the rest. It stays invisible because authority is designed to be trusted on sight, which is precisely why it is copied. The fix is to look the firm up yourself on the official regulator register, using contact details you find, not the ones they give you. The irony is that the more official a stranger sounds unprompted, the more reason you have to verify. Look at whether your first move was small, a modest first investment, a little test amount to see how it goes, just enough to feel low risk. This is the foot in the door, the escalation ladder. Fraud patterns show the opening amount is almost never the target. It is the hook. The mechanism is commitment. Once you have put in a small sum and seen a screen say it grew, you have quietly agreed that you are the kind of person who does this. Mild, you risk a little. Moderate, you add more because the first amount showed a paper gain. Severe, You keep climbing the ladder, chasing numbers that only exist on their dashboard. People blame their own greed for going bigger. The real cause is that the small start was engineered to make bigger starts feel consistent. Each rung makes the next one feel like a smaller step than it is. It stays invisible because a tiny first bet feels like caution, not capture. The fix is to treat any early paper gain as a lure until you have actually withdrawn real money to your own account. The irony is that the easiest withdrawal you ever make is the small one they let you keep. Notice if the seller ever pulls back, suggests the opportunity may not be for you, hints that they are not sure you qualify, says they can only take a few more people and you might not make the cut. This is the takeaway close, the manufactured reluctance. It appears across high-pressure sales precisely because it inverts the pressure. The mechanism is reverse psychology aimed at your pride. The moment something is withheld, you want it more, and you begin selling yourself on it. Mild, you feel a flicker of rejection. Moderate, you push to prove you belong, doing the persuading for them. Severe, you raise your commitment just to secure a place you were maneuvered into wanting. People blame their own ego. The real cause is that the ego is targeted on purpose. Chasing acceptance, you stop negotiating and start qualifying yourself. It stays invisible because a seller acting reluctant feels like the opposite of a hard sell. The fix is to remember that no honest investment needs you to audition for it. The irony is that the one moment the pitch pretends to walk away is the moment it has you walking toward it. Check whether anyone has contacted you offering to recover money you already lost. A firm that says it can get your funds back. An official-sounding recovery service. A lawyer or agent who somehow already knows exactly what happened to you. This is the recovery room, the second wave, and it is the cruelest turn in the whole catalog. Fraud investigators warn that lists of past victims are bought, sold, and worked again, because a person burned once is a proven target. The mechanism is hope aimed at the wounded. You want the loss undone so badly that a promise to undo it slips past every defense you just learned. Mild, you pay a small upfront fee for help that never arrives. Moderate, you lose a second sum chasing the first. Severe, you are drained again by the same network wearing a rescuer's face. People blame their desperation. The real cause is that desperation was the exact quality that put you on the list. Each loss makes the next rescue sound more urgent. It stays invisible because help feels like the reversal of a scam, not the continuation of one. The fix is one rule. No legitimate recovery ever requires a fee paid to a stranger who contacted you first. If any of this describes something happening to you right now, remember this is awareness, not legal or financial advice. So contact your bank's fraud line, a licensed attorney, or your national financial regulator before you move another dollar.